Aloha growers, namaste and thanks for tuning in. Very informative video. Within this episode, we will be shedding the wisdom, the essence, and the art of air layering fruit trees. We will be doing it firsthand, right here and now, in live and gratitude. Be receiving all that needs to be known, the what, where, when, and how. The tree of which that I'm standing under, I shall be air layering this beautiful soursop, mature tree, and I shall be
discovering the stem of which I'll be replicating.
We'll be replicating the nature of this organic, mature, huge soursop tree already blooming. Look at this diversity being curated with the surrendering of harmony. Distinguish what branch to use and select. This will be the section and branch that I'll be using. The branch size for air layering. Well, standard air layering procedure demands a branch size of between 2 and 3 feet long. The width should be similar to the diameter of one of your fingers. Mixture curation of rich compost soil ratio and homemade cocoa peat within the production. Getting ready to emerge this luminous performance. Medium component varieties. There are, of course, other mediums that can be used in a pinch, such as peat moss, cocoa peat, potting soil mixes, and more. However, sphagnum moss is by far and wide the most effective and therefore always highly recommended to use for air layering. For the growing medium is the key encouragement for bountiful production of healthy root system. Apply i.e. aloe as a natural rooting hormone onto the area of peeling bark. Thus it will stimulate root growth. For effective aloe vera gel for inducing rooting of stem cuttings and air layering of plants, plant growth regulators are important to facilitate root formation and firm plant establishment, hence used in vegetative propagation for many years. Farmers use natural alternative compounds to induce rooting of cuttings. Process of and how to air layer a fruit tree. Air layering trees, how it works. Air layering techniques for trees vary slightly from method to method, but they all share extremely similar basics. Selecting a prime branch from a healthy tree, preparing a cut or wound, on timing, the key to success. One very important thing to remember when you're practicing air layering propagation is to do it at the right time. Especially if you're working outdoors or with fruit trees, you don't want to select a branch during dormancy, in cold winter or hot summers. Instead, work with propagation in early fall and mid-spring, when active growth cycles aren't slowed by weather extremes. For you may still succeed in mid-summer and winter, you'll have the most success in a temperature season. It is during these phases while plants are producing rapid new growth that air layering is best performed. Transforming stem bark. During the propagation process, you remove a 1-inch wide section of the outer layers of a plant stem, bark, cambium layer, and foliage, in a process known as griddling. Create a wound all the way around the branch, all the way through the outer layer of the plant. An inch or so below this wound, create another and remove all the bark between the two. Remove all leaves, twigs, and buds growing within 1 foot of the wound. How long does air layering take to root? The amount of time involved with air layering from start to finish varies widely. Different air layering methods applied on various species require anywhere material items needed, such as a sharp sterilized knife of any sort, scissors, Ziploc bag, a moist We are now diving deep into the action. Within this, the points are to remove the bark, scratch to remove the cambium layer, wash with alkaline water, add natural hormone, and next, wrap with any method of air layering. Does air layering need watering, you may ask? Air layering only requires water in the sense that the medium placed over the wound needs to be quite damp at the time of application. Failure to use a wet enough medium typically results in a dried out binding and a failed air layering attempt. Check every month on it and harvest the tree before soil gets too dry with roots. When cutting it off the tree, get it 1 inch below root system. The key awareness one needs to partake within this beauty. That is, what is an air layer? An air layer is a transformed branch into an independent plant with its own root system.
Mark, now we're gonna hit up the ambient layer and just scrape it away a little bit.
If you want an exact copy of a particular plant you love, you have to propagate it directly to clone it. Air layering uses existing plant material to create new roots, so it produces genetically identical clones.
Alright, we are hydrating the ambient layer, more like what's below it.
Let me get it one more time for return. Yes, indeed. Alright, here comes the masterpiece. Let's open this up again. Let's pour a little water. You may want to make sure that stays hydrated.
Now you got that hot dog right here.
Method of wrapping with plastic bag and soil cocoa peat. Take a plastic ziplock and add moist, rich soil plus cocoa peat for it to retain moisture. Then take all the air out after creating and fold the lip of the bag. Next, slice down the middle, opening it up like a hot dog bun. Put any string around the end of the peeled bark and make a knot. Apply aloe as such for a natural rooting hormone onto the area of the peeled bark, thus it will stimulate root growth. Slip or wrap the baggie via the cut slice around the branch that's peeled, right in the middle. Then flip the top flap back over, covering the stem. Affix it, wrap and secure, then string around the whole bag tightly. Therefore, roots will form and transform surely. Once the air layering is applied and sealed, new growth is encouraged by the incision and growing medium as well as the protective layer holding in the moisture. Covering these root creations with tinfoil is a great way to grow. Reason being in a hot climate, you don't want direct sunlight upon the new roots. Devoted to amplifying nature's greenery and ecosystem.
Is always indicated upon the maturity and the thickness upon the branches.
Air layer before pruning. Keep your shrubs and trees healthy while making them multiply at the same time. Abundant amplification of heirloom generation is the key for all that is needed in harmonized presency. Yes, indeed. This is the recipe for generations. Act now. Prepare for all spectrums. Grow electrical medicinal foods. Garden for your life. whole range of trees and shrubs. While your parent plant can be a house plant, air layering propagation is effective on many woody plants, vines, ornamental plants, and even fruit trees and shrubs. All it takes is a little wound in the mother plant. This process occurs in nature without human intervention. If a plant's branches drop and touch the ground, sometimes they'll produce roots. This new stem is identical to its parent and can be served from the parent to form a new plant. Outcome of removing bark and amplifying root production. By removing these sections of the plant, you prevent nutrients from moving below the cut area. However, water and nutrients can still move up to the area. This means that the leaves on the stem will remain healthy, and the buildup of nutrients at the cut site, along with the rooting hormone, will activate what is known as adventitious buds, causing them to produce. Once these roots have developed enough, the stem can be cut off of the parent plant and be planted elsewhere. Grafting versus air layering. The same? The most notable difference between grafting and air layering is the end result. Grafting merges a branch and a plant together, while air layering is a replica creation for new profound foliage. The purpose of grafting is to create different varieties from a single plant. Air layering, on the other hand, forms roots in the air from an offshoot, which can be later be removed and planted in order to help jumpstart a new plant. It's a great way to start growing fruit trees, and it's much faster than growing from seed. To ensure the aluminum foil's attachment quality, you want to put some type of tape around the aluminum foil for nothing to fall off and to be safe. Air layering this massive acerola Barbados cherry tree. Air layer it right here with the indication that this is a beautiful stem right here to manage. Why air layer? Essence and benefits within. Production rate, variety generation, bountiful fruit diversity, no damage to original tree, infinite created clones. Now within the production rate, it is one of the fastest ways to clone full-size plants. Other forms of cloning produce much smaller plants. Now within the no damage to the original tree, there is no damage to the parent plant, even if the air layering fails. Now within the infinite created clones, there is no limit to the amount of air layering you can perform on one plant. Seeds are simpler to start but take much longer to reach maturity and are not genetically identical to the parent plant. All up in it.
Just like that. Once it's like that. All up in it. And hot dog. Wrap that baby around.
The simplification of producing life, aka garden of plants. Steps. make it whole, no roots within, and lose soil. Plant the tree, add topsoil. Feed the life via water, natural for it is best. Organic natural material, compost. Give it love, aka high vibration.
So you want to hit the bottom. Hit the bottom first. Like you're wrapping a burrito.
As I would say, the vegan hot dog. Tear it down. Alright, let's get a little bit more from here.
In essence, I'm going to close by saying, we are multidimensional beings, indeed harmonizing via human avatar experience.